So thank you so much. I'm sorry for this minor problem. My name is Tânia Rocha. I'm from the University of Trás-os-Montes e Alto Douro in Portugal. It's a small city, Vila Real. It's a small city in the north of Portugal, near to Porto, if you know Porto. So I'm back from there. So I'm an interaction designer with an informatics PhD, and I work especially in providing, designing contents and platforms, digital contents and platforms for accessibility, for people that have special needs or disabilities. So the work that I'm going to present today is about a preliminary study on a little interface that we made for Portuguese seniors. Okay, it's called It's Time. É hora de tomar a medicação in Portuguese. It is a Portuguese application for helping seniors with their medicine, and it is a preliminary study because we in this paper only present the technical problems that we, the methodology and the technical problems that we found and then resolve. So what we found in the major problem is Portugal is one or is in the top countries concerning the consumption of psychopharmacological drugs. And study shows that almost 60% of the seniors are polymedicated. Also, approximately 40% take potential inappropriate medicines. So the main issue is when it's time to take the medicine, to take the medicine on time, and the seniors always, many times is confused by taking the medicine. And the second problem that we have in Portugal, but this is also found in other countries, is the digital educational level in this end users group. Because they have low levels of digital literacy. So we propose a solution that is a user-friendly interface that can guide seniors on their daily routines regarding this medicine taking. So what we found in literature review is that we have such apps. They have high levels of rating, but for this specific seniors do not provide a user-friendly interface. So they are not specific for basic experience digital users as seniors, because they present complex interaction, interface design. They present complex user experience, and they are not for Portuguese seniors. Or what I meant by that is it's the application, it's not fully in Portuguese language. For research methodology, we use a user-centered design. We first analyze all the requirement, we make a systematic literature review, we test several applications on App Store, and then we gather a group of persons to design and implement, do some focus group, do some personas, and also define some scenarios to present this first version of the application. So what we propose of the other applications on the market is that the application must be fully or almost fully automated. Okay, they only have to register the prescription codes from the national health system. Also, it has to give constant feedback about if the medication is being taken correctly, if the medication or the medicine is running out, and also to notify the user or the tutor or the responsible for that person to purchase it more. So the evaluation method is we focus on usability of the application in this preliminary phase, and we provide a heuristic assessment corresponding to Nielsen's evaluation. Well, our specific end user are seniors, Portuguese seniors, and we know that we are losing cognitive and motor abilities during time. So at some stage, we know that we need special abilities and needs. So they need this extra care. Specifically, they have some problems and of not taking the medicine on time, taking too much, or not even take. So they forgot to take the medicine, and this can be a real problem when seniors present cognitive or motor impairments. So, as I said before, there are comparable solutions on the market, but we analyze these applications and we think that they are not accessible to seniors because they present features. For example, the configuration menus or options are very complex. Interaction and interface are not user-friendly, and the text presented on the application are not entirely translated to Portuguese language, so it is a specific problem in our country for our specific end users. So we perform a review in App Store and Play Store, and in order to understand, the aim was to understand what type of apps existing in the same topic. Specific on the same topic, we found 3 different apps: MediSafe, Med2Use, and AirAx Remind, and these are the most popular in this 2 app stores and have the highest reviews. All these applications offer features regarding the possibility for the user to set their medication and reminders. However, it is very complex and require a lot of cognitive load to configure the whole process. Let's look specifically each one of these apps. MediSafe has one of the best rated app on this topic. User can define the medication regarding dosage, color, and type of medication that is being taken. This way, user can identify the medicine even if they remove it from the package. As a specific feature of fast words, so help people with, for example, motor superior upper limbs disabilities, because it makes suggestions of the name and write in an automatic way the word of the medicine, for example. The disadvantage is the list of medical reasons is not complete and several medications are missing. This disadvantage was identified by the date of the review analysis that was made on November 2023. And it presents, the interface is partially in English language, so for our specific public, the Portuguese public, it's not an accessible solution. The RE Remind has an aesthetic, as you can see, a static modern dashboard on the main screen that shows quick reports. Also indicates various rates on how the medicine is being taken, and below it reports and shows the reports, the set reminders, and the users can list their own medicines. This disadvantage is this set of medication schedule is a process it's a very complicated process for a non-experienced user. They only present an English version and requires the user to first register the medication individually and then only then set the alarms. It doesn't provide automatic solution. Med2Do is one of the most intuitive and colorful interfaces presented. The interface is very descriptive and it's possible to set several types of reminders, such as medications, medical appointments, diets, among others. And the interface is really, really intuitive. So what are the disadvantages? Users must configure each medicine individual and manually. When we are talking about seniors, this could be a complex process, requires the users to spend a lot of time in configuration in the first time that he used the application, and the application only present an English language support. If you have any problems in the interaction, you only have support in English. What we found this was the main apps that we analyze and think that are specific for in this topic and for the end users that we want. But we analyze several other more. But the overall disadvantage was that they are divided. Many applications are divided, or the interface text presented are divided between Portuguese and English language, and not being completely available on Portuguese, or and requires the user to spend a lot of time in configuration. So what we seek to offer is that all user interface and interaction must be simplified, not require the senior user to have to go through a configuration process complex or time consuming. We want a fully automated system from the doctor's appointment, the pharmacy, to the user's smartphone. And only one step must be required, is the need to enter the prescription codes, and afterwards it must be fully automated. In the paper you can find a table that we compares the different apps features. So the functional requirement is, for the purpose of using the app, the user must be able to perform tasks easily, efficiently, and satisfactory. So it should be a successful, usable app. The functional requirements are: the system must allow the user to add medication, to consult active medication, to delete medication, sending alerts or notifications, reading the prescriptions, to consult the medication schedules. The non-function requirements, it's that the system must be in Portuguese, it must have internet access, it should support Android or iOS development, it must use the Portuguese national health systems, because it will work with the API to consult the information contained on the prescriptions. It must store the data and have a simple and straightforward language, an accessible text writing or a UX writing. So the implementation we use Xamarin, and that is a Microsoft, of course, open source framework, and that is developing for iOS, Android, Windows applications, use .NET and the C programming language. To use our application, internet, this is the first, this is a preliminary study, it's the first version, but now you have to have internet access, to order to connect to the Portuguese national health system, because you have to be logged, to have internet access to access the API when the new medication is registered. Regarding navigation and design, this is again, this is the first version. We do not have, in this first version, we do not focus on the aesthetic, but in the technical problems to get the connection to the API, and to give a navigation, a simple and user-friendly navigation to seniors to interact. So the design will suffer more more interventions. First of all, in the application homepage, you can access a main menu. In the main menu, you have a calendar. It's all in Portuguese. This version is all in Portuguese. You have the calendar with the reminders list for each day, where users can consult the different reminders, the list of current active medication. Also, you can manually enter prescriptions and add medication. I will show the interfaces in the next slides. Then, the application automatically manages when to take the medications and issues reminders to the users so they do not forget. You can see the calendar as well as the list of medications to be taken that day. Then you can select, for example, a medication and see additional information about it, or navigate between screens using the buttons on the footer of the page. These are pictograms. This is not the simple icons that you see there. Now we have pictograms. And in this footer, there are 3 buttons. The first one redirects to the main screen. The second one goes to the list of active medications, and the second one goes to a screen that you can possibly add manually the medication. The active medication screen shows a list of all medication that the user is taking. If you click on it, you can see additional information about the medication. For example, the last time it was taken, the next reminder, how many medications there is left, and if you do not have any medication left, it reminds you to buy more. So the other screen is if users want to import in the entire prescription from the Portuguese National Health System, they can be done by inserting or the respective code in the text board or by reading the barcode. Okay, it is a much easier process to do it, not as to introduce the numbers with the keyboard. After this step, the application will access the API and extract the necessary information from the medical prescription. Also, we have reminders. We have 2 distinct reminders. One, it's 5 minutes ahead of time, so the user can prepare to take the medication. In the case, the user may choose take now or to take later option. In the first option is select a second reminder. This second reminder will not be issued because the user already take the medication. The second reminder is issued precisely at the time at which the medicine should be taken if the user did not take already. This feature is thought to be as a memory helper, providing memory reinforcement as an assistive technology or assistive option for people with memory problems. So after we present this first version, we perform a usability evaluation. We invited 3 usability experts that use the guide for Nielsen heuristics evaluation. This is a well-known and the major first step for a usability evaluation because it's defined in literature that it's a truthworthy and straightforward way to evaluate usability, and then helping in a first phase developers find problems in interface and interaction design. So what these 3 usability experts found regarding visibility of the system status, found the calendar option, the calendar visual feedback throughout user interface as a proper system and a proper system feedback provided. Regarding the language, the simplification of language, the language used, the test used throughout the application is simple and straightforward. Regarding the third Nielsen's heuristic, easing out of error situation, the usability experts found that the app helps the system helps unexpected situations and have an extra button to return to the home page. Regarding consistent and standards, the visual feedback was, how can I say, not excellent, because we do not focus in this first page in the design, only the technical aspects, but they thought that the color choice throughout the application can appeal to users with short attention spans. However, I work in usability, designing interfaces, and I think that we have some contrast problems that we have to work out in future work. We have to go through this. Regarding the fifth Nielsen's heuristic, prevent errors, the experts found all interactions with applications accessible with a few clicks. Regarding minimize cognitive effort, they found the application was easy of use. The flexibility and efficiency, they give an example. If the user wants to return to home page, they can simply select the home icon, and they find this an advantage and a good practice. Simply and minimalist design, they found that every menu option is easy to understand and give immediately feedback. Regarding error message, the system provides constant feedback with clear and objective message to prevent errors. And help and documentation, it was not applicable because we do not have yet a support mechanism. So I think the conclusions are, this is as I said many times, this is a preliminary study. This is a first version, but we think this could be a good digital approach to help seniors, specifically Portuguese seniors, with their medication. We found that the results of the heuristic evaluation suggest this kind of interface can produce a positive impact to empower Portuguese elderly and help them taking prescribed medications. Of course, we have many future work. First of all, the enrollment of the end users. Regarding user experience, as I said before, we only performed personas and scenarios, and then we use the usability experts. But we really need to invite these end users to make interactions with our applications, observe and understand the outcomes in terms of efficiency, efficacy, and user satisfaction, and from that improve the user experience with this feedback. Also, despite the application in this first version is completely accessible, I mean, it's provided an inclusive design. They have features of digital accessibility, but we have to make more necessary changes in the programming level to rectify any errors or warnings that may occur in the second version of the second design propose. Okay, thank you for your attention. I don't know if you have any questions.
Would this app be free on the available for everybody?
Yes.